Okay, so I'm going to create this video clip here today to show you how to use PowerPoint to create your organelle card, which is a part of your cell model project, which is due coming up Friday, January 4th. So first thing we need to do is open up PowerPoint. So if you don't have an icon on your desktop, then the easiest way to do that is to click the bottom left-hand Start button or this icon here, depending on what you have for Windows operating system. And we click on All Programs, and we'll have to scroll down to Microsoft Office. And within that, you'll find Microsoft PowerPoint. So it should open up and look like this. First thing I do is just get rid of these boxes by clicking on the outer border and then clicking Delete. Now we have a blank page. We need to create a box. Notice along the top there's all these different menu bars. We want to be on the one that is Home. And you can see there's a drawing area over here, and we want to select the thing that looks like a rectangle with sharp corners. And I'm just going to draw a box. It doesn't really matter what size it is because we're going to resize it here in a moment. Before I resize it though, I'm going to change it so that it does not have a fill and that the shape outline is black because we're going to print this in black and white. So now what I'm going to do is move my cursor over the line so that I see 4 arrows, and then I right click, and we're going to go down to size and position. We're going to change this, and our size needs to be 8.5 by 5.5. So 5.5 tall, 5 and 8.5 wide, 8.5. So we're going to click close, and I'm going to move my shape over. And this is the size that we're going to have to work with to make this organelle card. So if you look back on your cell project details on the back page, it shows you how you need to lay this card out. So we need to insert a picture and put it on the left-hand side. But before I do that, I'm going to put the title of this card up at the top. So I'm going to go to Insert tab. I'm going to go over to Text Box, and I'm going to generate a text box that looks more or less like this. And I'm going to type in the organelle's name. So let's say this first organelle I'm working on is going to be the nucleus. And then I need to assign it an ID number. So I'm going to say, since it's my first one, I'm going to assign it to number 1. And then after that, I'm going to give a couple spaces here, and I'm going to describe what the piece of material is that I'm going to use. If you don't know this, of course, you can handwrite this in later, but if I know for sure I'm going to use a foam ball, then I will type foam ball. So now what I'm going to do is just center this by clicking this little picture up here, and I'm going to change the overall size. So I'm going to go up, because it's pretty small compared to the size of my overall card. So I'm going to enlarge this to make it, say maybe 32 would be a pretty appropriate text size for the title. Okay, so I have that more or less centered. Now I'm ready to put my image in this part of the box. So I'm going to go back to my internet browser, and I've already Googled nucleus, and I clicked on the Images tab. You probably start out on the Web tab, and you just click Images here to get all these pictures. And let's say that this is my favorite picture. This is what I'm going to use. I'm going to click on that. And so now that I'm here on the web page, this is a full-size image. So now I can right-click and copy that image, go back to my PowerPoint. And I'm going to right-click and paste by selecting this one on the right here. I'm going to drag that over into position. I'm going to enlarge it so that it takes up about half of the slide or so. And there I have my image done. So now all I have left is to insert some information here on the right-hand side. The first thing I need to type in is the function of this organelle. I'll bring this down a little bit just to make everything seem a little more centered. Now I got to insert another text box. So I click the Insert tab, go over to Text Box, and I draw the box in which I'm going to enter my information. Now you notice immediately it shrinks that box, and that's okay because the box will expand as you are typing into it. So, function And I'm going to just put a dash, and the function of the nucleus is contains DNA, which controls activities. So, all right. Then I need to also include the location in relation to other organelles. So I'm going to give a couple I'm going to give a couple spaces down, and I'm going to type in the nucleus is located near the center of the cell, in close proximity to the endoplasmic. There we have it. So I'm going to enlarge this font size so that it fills the card and fills the space, and it's easier for the instructor to read. So I click on the outside of that box and go back up to the font area of the Home tab, and I can see it'll show me how much space it's going to take up. 28 looks like it might be okay if we stretch out this text box a little bit. So I'm going to stretch it out, and I'm going to move it up. I'd also like you to boldface, and let's see, we'll also type in location here. So, and I'm going to boldface that as well. Okay. And I'm going to move that up just a little bit. And I want to make this pop a little bit more, so I'm going to boldface the heading as well. There we have it. Your card is now complete. So instead of drawing another box for your next slide, what you can simply do is, I have this over here on the left-hand side that shows the slide rule of all the slides. If I click on the slide, you can see it's highlighted. I'm going to right-click on it, and I'm going to copy it. And then if I click below it, you can see that flashing line. I'm going to right-click, and then I'm going to choose the paste option that's right in the center. This is important you choose this one, otherwise it's not going to work. So I'm going to choose that, and I have another slide that looks exactly like it. So what I need to do now is go back in and type in the next name of Andrea, and so forth. And then I can change my number to there. I forgot my N. There we go, mitochondria. And then I'm going to say, whatever it's going to be, whatever object I choose, then I'll type in the name of that there. I'll change out the function, the location, and I'll change out the picture as well. So that all I have to do is simply type over and then paste in my picture. And you keep going here. And anytime you want to make a new slide, you can copy your old one and simply go under there and paste it using that middle option. Okay? So that's how you make these slides. You're going to need to make 12 of them. Once you've made all of them, you can print them out, cut them out along this border, and then you can paste them right onto the index card that I give you, and you can do one on each side. So you really should only need 6 index cards and 12 of these slides printed out. And there you have it. There's how to make your organelle cards.